Hello YouTube, my name is Biolizard1 and today I'm going to bring you a brand new Wi-Fi battle, but first of all I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Sam, I'm 21 years old and I live in Belgium. I've been playing Pokémon in a competitive way for over 1 year now, and I've been posting Wi-Fi matches on my YouTube channel for about the same time. Today I'm going to present you a standard black and white Wi-Fi match against a player called RagingDelibird. I hope you enjoy. My opponent starts off with a Ferrothorn and I start off with my lead Empoleon. I decide to go for the Stealth Rock straight away because I know that setting up entry hazards is pretty important in the beginning of the match. He decides to go for a Thunder Wave and paralyzes my Empoleon, but I don't mind since Empoleon is pretty slow after all. Then I predicted him not to go for a second Thunder Wave in a row and decided to go into my Infernape. Expecting him to switch out, I went for the Focus Blast, but you can see that predicting in the early game isn't very useful because he decides to stay in and takes the Focus Blast pretty good, and he is able to paralyze my Infernape with a Thunder Wave. I don't really mind because I have the priority Vacuum Wave, meaning that I'm going to kill him off with priority, which is pretty good. Now he decides to go into Thundurus, and because I don't want to risk my Infernape die this early in the game, I'm going to switch out into Celebi, who can take pretty much every move that Thundurus has, except for U-turn and Hidden Power Ice or Fire. He decides to go for a Thunderbolt, as I predicted, and my Celebi takes this pretty well. Now I'm going to try to check out what kind of Thundurus this Thundurus is, and I go for a Leech Seed, trying to stall out some of his moves. Then I see that he goes for a Nasty Plot, so I know that he probably has Hidden Power Ice, thinking that after a Nasty Plot he is going to be able to 2 or maybe 3 hit KO me. I don't want to take the risk of getting a Hidden Power Ice into my face, so I'm going to switch out into Empoleon, who takes the Hidden Power Ice pretty well due to the resistance. Thundurus then gets some HP back due to the leftovers, and then it's my turn to gain some hit points due to the Leech Seed. I'm going to go for an Aqua Jet straight off the bat because I thought that he was going to go for a Thunderbolt and finish me off with 1 hit because he has the Nasty Plot and since Thunderbolt is super effective damage on me. But he doesn't, he goes for an Hidden Power Ice, maybe expecting me to switch back into Celebi and try to stall him out. Then, predicting the Thunderbolt, I'm going to go into my Crocodile, who is part Dark and part Ground, meaning that the Thunderbolt isn't going to do a thing against me. I'm going to go for the safe Crunch, thinking that at that amount of hit points is going to kill off the Thundurus, but he switches out and goes into Scizor. I know that I can't take a U-turn or a Bullet Punch coming from the Scizor, so I'm going to go into Salamence. Salamence has the ability to intimidate the opposing Pokemon, meaning that his attack is lowered by 1 stage, so the U-turn isn't going to do a lot against me. Then he switches back into Thundurus. I know that he's going to outspeed because Thundurus' base speed is higher than Salamence's base speed, and I don't want to let my Salamence die early in the game due to a Hidden Power Ice, so I'm going to switch back into Empoleon, who takes a Hidden Power Ice pretty well. I'm going to go for an Aqua Jet straight away because I want to get some damage on that guy. However, I get paralyzed and he's going to be able to revenge kill me with his Scizor with a Hidden Power, with a Superpower that is. Superpower is a very powerful move, however it has the downside of lowering both attack and defense, meaning that I can go into my Salamence. Salamence has the Intimidate, so Scizor's attack is now lowered by 2 stages, so it basically can't do a thing against me. He decides to switch into Thundurus then. Unfortunately for me, Thundurus isn't at an amount of hit point where Stealth Rock kills him off, and he's able to take one Draco Meteor before dying. Now he switches into Latios, and since most Latios are either Choice Scarfed or Choice Specs, I'm going to go into my specially defensive wall, and that is my Tentacruel. Tentacruel takes a Draco Meteor with relative ease, so that tells me that it Latias is Choice Scarfed and not Choice Specs. I decide to go for a Surf, maybe expecting him Scizor to come out, but that doesn't happen for me. He goes into Sharpedo. Sharpedo takes the Surf, okay I guess, because his defense and special defense aren't that great. I know I'm going to be able to survive at least 1 move coming from the Sharpedo and go for a Venom Shock, being able to take him out since it's Stab. Then he's going to go into Scizor, and I know either the U-turn or Bullet Punch is coming my way, so I'm going to take it, and then I have my switching advantage because I go into Celebi and I know he's going to switch out because he knows that he can't take me out in 1 hit with the Bullet Punch, so I decided to use the opportunity to set up Leech Seed again and get off some recovery from this Latios. Expecting Latias to go for an attacking move, I decide to go for the recover to scout him out a little. He then goes for a Draco Meteor, but unfortunately for him he misses. He then switches out into Scizor. I predict that, go for the Hidden Power Fire, and that's going to finish off that Scizor in one hit, and that's really great for me because that Scizor has been annoying me the entire match. Cloyster then goes for the Icicle Spear, and that is a move that can hit 5 times in a row, and due to Cloyster's ability it does. And luckily for me, this Cloyster doesn't carry the Life Orb, because if it would, then my Celebi would have died, and then things would have been very nasty in the further events of this match. Now he's down to his last Pokemon, which is his Latios, and I wasn't really expecting what Latios would do right now. He decides to go for a Trick, and that's quite good for me, because now I know that if his Latias is a modest nature, if Latias has a modest nature, then I know that his speed is not boosted anymore, and I know that I will be able to either revenge kill him with Salamence or Crocodile, because both are faster, Salamence due to his naive nature and Crocodile due to the Choice Scarf. So now I'm really hoping that he is modest nature, go for an Outrage, and he is, because I outspeed him, and that's going to finish off Latias in one hit. So that was a very good game, RagingDelibird. I really enjoyed playing this battle. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle as well. It was my very first time narrating for Ninbuzz, and I truly enjoyed it. Be sure to like this video, comment about it, and subscribe to the Ninbuzz channel, and maybe see you in a next video, in a next narration for this channel. So see you!